Celebrity controversies that most people seem to have forgotten about, part 13. And yes, this is a different cat. In 2000, Halle Berry allegedly ran a red light and hit another vehicle. While the person she hit suffered from a broken wrist and minor injuries, Halle Berry herself had a pretty serious cut on her forehead. But instead of waiting at the scene for medical attention, Berry left without checking on the other driver. While initially she was facing a felony hit-and-run charge, it was reduced to a misdemeanor when Berry reported it to the police. Along with probation, Berry was fined about $14,000 and sentenced to 200 hours of community service. Elvis Costello's career nearly ended in 1979. During a drunken outburst, he referred to Ray Charles as a blind, ignorant N-word, and also immediately made a similar statement about James Brown, then proceeded to take shots at American black music as a whole. Alfred Hitchcock straight up tortured Tippi Hedren on the set of Birds, and Tippi also accused him of sexual harassment. Tippi described an encounter in Hitchcock's office where the director suddenly grabbed her and put his hands on her. She wrote, "It was sexual, it was perverse, and it was ugly. I could not have been more shocked and repulsed. The harder I fought him, the more aggressive he became. Then he started adding threats, as if he could do anything to her that was worse than what he was already trying to do to her." After refusing his demands, Tippi Hedren said that Alfred Hitchcock looked her directly in her eyes, his face red with rage, and promised, "I will ruin your career." When Ghandi's wife developed bronchial pneumonia, he refused to let doctors provide her with life-saving penicillin, saying it was in God's hands, and to provide her with modern medicine would have meant the bankruptcy of his fate. His fate. She died soon after. 6 weeks later, when Ghandi developed malaria, he held out for 3 weeks as he deteriorated before agreeing to receive medication. So the stuff about trusting God's will and testing fate only applied when it was his wife's life that hung in the balance, not his.